And we are live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Apologies for the lateness. I've got hiccups. I'm going to try and do my best to get through this on my own with hiccups. What we're going to do again today, we're going to be looking into the press conference again. Hopefully you were laughing as much as I am with this. But we're going to be looking through the press conference, some of the key things that Brendan Rodgers has said, also some of the comments that Rob Tanner and just put out as well. So. Again, if you go after this video, make sure you go and check out the preview that I did with Charlotte, with an Everton fan, met on the BT shoot that I did. So we get a shameless plug. Hey, it's flex for that. Good evening to you, Ethan. Hopefully you're doing well. But apart from that, let's get straight into the video. Straight into the comments. So. One of the things Brendan Rodgers has said, again, coming into this one is, again, looking at Johnny Evans. Will he be fit for the game? The answer is no. Unfortunately not. So again, he's a doubtful ahead of the weekend. He said that, again, Ricardo is recovering well, which is great. Great, but we want to go into... Okay, go crack myself up with the... You see what I do for this? If I do for you guys, trying to make sure that I get this content out for you, make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm going to go cracking myself up with this. But in regards to Evans, again, it's not been the best. It looks like he's on his recovery slowly, but he won't be ready. Evans has been in training ahead for the Everton game. But would you start him again with Fofana on good form? Fast, obviously, I think Fast is the main person at the moment at the back line to start. Would you guys play him? For me, I'd keep them back too. We interviewed. We need somebody that's physical. Again, we got Damari Gray coming playing. You've got somebody like Anthony Gordon, who Charlotte was saying was on and off form. When he's on form, he's great. When he's off form, you tear your hair out. Iwobi looks amazing, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin is again a player that you know what you're going to get from him. You know, so apart from that. Technical hiccups? No, not yet. It's actual hiccups. There's been technical hiccups in the past. This is actual hiccups for this one. So I'm trying to manage them as good as I can. Ethan really appreciates it. Right. Let's get, again, some of the comments. Come to the comments that Brendan Rodgers made. So, again, it's probably better if you take me off screen and then you put this on because, again, this should be good. So, one of the things that they've mentioned, is it better like this or better like that? Better like this. So, again, one thing that they've mentioned is that, again, something we mentioned post-match after the Man City game, we've been good from set pieces. Lars Knudsen, that's kind of come in, has been such a good player, such a good member of the team. And bearing in mind, about a year ago, Brendan Rodgers was saying that we didn't actually have a player. We didn't need a set piece coach. He's come in. I think at the same time that I want to say the same match that Fast came into the team against Tottenham. Again, Tottenham was a hard game to take with 6 goals conceded. However, I think when we were defending set pieces, we've been a lot better. Again, it was on the floor before, but credit to Lars, has done really, really well. Working again, Danny Ward has been coming out and collecting it of recent. He's getting more confident and a lot better. I think one of the things that I've really enjoyed about him as well, before he's come out for corners, kind of flailed at them, missed them with punches, or just not come out and collected them, and somebody else had to bail him out of trouble. Now it seems like against Man City, they're not the strongest in the air, but still, they're still Man City. You know what I mean? They're a really good team. We've looked really good from defending set pieces, and one thing to remember, especially from the Yuri goal, the Yuri shot on target, the one that would look like most likely to score when they hit it straight at Edison with loads of power, that came from a corner. So it's something that they've worked on in training, which is really good to see because we were crying out for decent corners and we've got it. But again, the more he works with the team, the more this keeps going, the better it will be. So I'm really hoping for some good things as well. And again, his work has been excellent, which is great. And they've got, again, the recruitment spot on. Again, we've still got things to improve on going forward. I'm hoping that this is going to be the case going forward. Next thing we got as well, something that we mentioned. Something that we mentioned, again, Danny Ward. He's been good. Against Man City, I don't think he had too many great saves to do, but he's just getting better that little bit all the time. And I love to see it, you know. I think you've noticed on the channel, I've not been prepared to write him off earlier, but yeah, I think he's been good. The way that Brendan Rodgers has praised him, he's stuck by him, and he's not throwing him under the bus as well. He said, look, it's a team unit with defender, we lose the team, which I totally agree with. And also, he's given him that confidence, and he's only going to get better. So I'm hoping this is the beginning of what we see at Danny Ward. The more we see him in the games, the more he's going to play. Hopefully, the better he'll get. And what was it called? There's a couple of things that to mention as well. I think in terms of the way that we're playing, obviously defensively we're tightened up a lot more, and we want to make sure that we are in, with the best position possible. The set piece coach has come in, done a job. Fast has come in, done a good job. Danny Ward has come into the team because again we've not seen him that much playing in the Premier League because we only that one game against Watford, and he does a good job. I think that overall things are starting to go in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, we're back. There's still a lot of improvements to make and still a lot of improvement we could potentially do in the future. But again, let's get back into the comments because I think we are moving in the right direction. Everton, I think, will be a tough game. I think we don't go there and smash them. I think it's been quite even over the time. If we go there and they come here, it's relatively even overall. And there's one thing actually to mention as well. Ethan puts in the comments, Chilwell's injured. Yes, Chilwell and Fofana, both out with injuries. Don't really want former players to be out injured, but again, management from Graham Potter, you got to wonder what he's doing in that kind of sense. I'm not going to go too much into the details about Brendan Rodgers and things. I think at the moment with that left back position, potentially James Justin. A lot of Leicester fans have been saying he's not been that great, and he hasn't, but the team in general hasn't been that great. Of recent, when I spoke to when I was speaking about it, he did really well against Bernardo Silva. We all know how good Bernardo Silva is. On his game, he's fantastic. Big up to Nippon as well. Hopefully you're doing well. When we're playing in that back position and how we've been playing, what's he called? James Justin has looked decent. Again, he's probably let Castagna have the limelight going forward, but he stayed back, tracked the runner. And I think he could be a future kind of Kyle Walker replacement. Again, Kyle Walker looks like he's a doubt for the World Cup. So if he is going to play a back three, James Justin, I think, gets into that squad. Does he start? Well, that's the thing. How many left backs are there for England? Because there's a few that are injured now. So it could be him. Again, Ethan was saying against City, Man City. We have a City as well. But yeah, he did play well against Man City. So I think the confidence is building. And if he has a couple of good games, I think Gareth Southgate was at the Man City game. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he was there. There's a couple of things that I'm really enjoying about James Justin's performance. And if he keeps this up, potentially he can go to England. Again, there's a few other players that are in contention as well. He's not favourites to go, but again, with injuries, could be his opportunity to really step into the squad and shine. Then again, one thing they've got again, there's other couple of players, James Maddison being another one. Will he go? Probably not, to be honest, but he deserves to go. Everybody knows it. Let's see. And Harvey Barnes, I can't see it happening that much, to be honest. I can't see Harvey Barnes going and really tearing it up for the World Cup. Not because I don't think he can, but I think he's just very not temperamental. He's off form a lot, and he would offer something different to what England has, but I just don't see it. Anyway, one thing we need to be sure of, again, the title of it is 3 points out of the relegation zone, so there could be an opportunity to get out of the relegation zone. Let me bring up the table for you just so we can have a look. But again, I brought this up to Charlotte yesterday. In terms of how close it is, pretty much half the teams in the Premier League are in the relegation zone at this moment in time. So again, I've just missed out. If we go there, from 16th place down to 10th with 5 points. Again, it's not going to go up and down, but there is a potential if results go our way for us to jump out of the relegation zone. This is important. The more we're in the relegation zone when it comes to the World Cup, we're going to stay stagnant there. So going into this break, it's going to be really important that we jump out of there. We make sure that Leicester City, again, if we can get 3 points, it's not going to be easy against Everton, but it's a real challenge for us to really go go and jump out of the relegation zone. It's only 1 point in it. It would put us up to 14 points, which would jump us again. If everything goes our way, it would go up to 14. We'll go to 14th place. It is tight down the bottom, but it's good that they're not running away with it. There was a time where we were looking, going, right, how many points are other good people going to pick up, and we're going to run away with it. But in terms of that, Brendan Rodgers says, if you have a look at the table for 6 weeks, it could play on your mind, but it doesn't. But our plan is not being there. So obviously they plan West Ham. We play two of these teams, 12th place and 13th place at the moment. Everton we play obviously the weekend, and West Ham will play at the weekend as well. So they're definitely good. There's definitely an opportunity for us to capitalize on it. And I'm glad that Brendan Rodgers has used different tactics like he did against Man City. We can't go toe-to-toe with Man City. Some people have said we should have. We end up getting absolutely smashed. But we've got to look at it our way and go, right, we need to make sure that we go play our football. Nip into the chat again, Chelsea fan. How do you think the Arsenal game's going to go at the weekend? Is obviously Chelsea are pretty much out of form, let's be honest, and Arsenal are in form. So first time we've seen that in a while. Let me know what your thoughts are, Nippon. But then, yeah, I think that again we have to. This is our opportunity to go into the Premier League, go into the World Cup break, not in the relegation zone, and that's something that I didn't think we would be in a month ago. The turnaround has been great, and I'm really hoping that we can really capitalize on that. Foxbot is in the chat. Make sure to go subscribe to Jeff and Fox to Fox Report. Go and check out his channel. They've probably got a preview up there as well. Big turnaround if we could be at Everton West Ham. Really would. And they're both teams that we know that on our day we can beat, and not on our day. We know we can beat them. So, yeah, I'm really hoping that we go out and we give a good performance. I've been wrong before. I'll hopefully 100% admit that. I think if we go back to the league, you look, 14 points. If we win this game, we jump up to the same number as Everton. If we beat them again, I don't think we'll beat them 4-0. If we beat them 3-0, we jump up to the same amount of goal difference as well. So it's a good look compared to where we are. So yeah, we'll have to see. But in terms of that, again, there's a couple of other things to mention as well. I don't know the reason why he left out Boubakary Soumaré. We'll talk about this in a chat as well regarding what do you think would be the right thing to do. And I think in this case, it would just be would you play Soumaré in this game or would you play in Mendy? Ndidi was on the bench. Soumaré was dropped automatically. And I can't see who starts this game. They would probably start a DM. I think it would be Ndidi if he's fit, but he's been out of form for the longest of times. And I think the long-term plan is probably without Ndidi, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a reason why they haven't offered him a contract yet. He's a good player, but he's just not hit the levels that we need in the Premier League as of recent. Anyway, going to wrap it up here. Before I start hiccuping even more, thank you guys for bearing with me. Again, sorry it wasn't a lot. Jeff, again, Soumaré is a must. I agree. I think he could be the future for us, and there's a really high ceiling with us, but I don't think the manager fancies him as a starter game in, game out. Only through injuries and stuff does he really come into the team. But again, he's really shone. Certain games like the Liverpool game, him, Chowdhury, and Dewsbury Hall kept a lot of that Liverpool performance quiet. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll say something cheesy like, you subscribe so my hiccups go away, which won't happen. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining in. Like, subscribe. We'll see you all on Sunday because I won't be able to watch the match, but we'll do a post match on Sunday. See you all then.